MrBeast has been exposed.
Longest in this queue was that $1 million for their subscribers.
Robert Downey Jr. is back. AI is completely unnoticeable.
That's right, I'm an AI, and I'm here to blow your mind.
Starting off today talking about the biggest YouTuber in the world, of course that is MrBeast, and so much stuff has been happening in the MrBeast camp in the last week or so. MrBeast's best friend and someone that's been within his content for the longest time, since the very beginning pretty much, is Ava Chris Tyson. It's been revealed, as many of you would have seen, that in the past when she was in her 20s, early 20s, she was in a Discord server here and there and on social media making very inappropriate jokes, edgy jokes, especially with teenagers. 14, 15-year-old boys were in the Discord and she was making jokes that weren't appropriate, and people have called her out for it, and this all spiraled out in a matter of days, and she's had to come out and say this, and then MrBeast confirmed that he removed her from the team of MrBeast, and there was going to be a third party looking into what happened and investigating it. So that's just one thing that's happened within the MrBeast camp, and it's quite a massive thing. As I said, Ava Chris Tyson was part of the content from the very, very beginning. If you want to know the in-depth stuff and want to know exactly what was said and things like that, make sure you check other content. A lot of other commentary channels and stuff like that have gone into the nitty-gritty. This pile-on at the moment on MrBeast and his team and things like that, all this stuff that's been revealed, isn't stopping anytime soon, as the Discord server where the messages were sent by Ava Chris Tyson and things like that is being leaked. I think over 500,000 messages for everyone to read that MrBeast was part of, and I believe a few others in his team. It just seems like everything's happening at the moment all at once. It's all kicking off, and he'll be hoping there's nothing in that server that is damning in any way, shape or form. So as I said, many things coming out more recently about him and the team, and it's just like, it seems a bit weird how everything just suddenly came out of nowhere and it's all just an avalanche of information. And it's continued today as well, at the time of recording this on the 27th of July. Some people have been talking about his Amazon show that he's got. It's called The Beast Games, a massive challenge where you got to go through many different games and things to win the $5 million total, which is an absolutely massive number. Of course, Amazon and MrBeast have joined for this one, but apparently it's been coming out now that contestants that were on the show have started to come out and say, health and safety was all over the place, things weren't right, things were very wrong within this show. And of course, this is all just hearsay at the moment. It's just them saying things and nothing being confirmed right now, but apparently there was things like men tackling women to the floor, injuring them in the process. Someone was having a seizure, apparently. These are, of course, all things said by an alleged contestant on the show. There's so much stuff right now all about MrBeast and his team. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU. Yes, you heard that correctly. If you haven't seen San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced at the time of recording this last night. But no, he isn't returning as Iron Man. He is returning as Dr. Doom. One of the biggest villains in the Marvel Universe, and it's a very, very different thing to what he was before, and it's left a lot of people questioning whether it's a good decision, a cash grab, or one of the best decisions ever made. Me personally, just my take real quick, I'm really, really excited to see him back, and I think it's really intriguing to see him take on a different role within the universe. It is a bit of an odd decision. My first thought was, why? I'm a bit confused, but when he went onto that stage, took off that mask and just put his arms out, you just think, okay, he knows, I trust the Russo brothers, who are back directing both of the new Avengers films coming out in 2026 and 2027. Obviously, the film being called Avengers Doomsday, the one after that being Avengers Secret Wars. I trust them. They're brilliant directors within the Marvel Universe. They've done everything perfectly with Winter Soldier, Civil War, and both the previous Avengers films, Infinity War and Endgame. So I trust their decision and trust what they do. Kevin Feige, he's ran this Marvel Universe like a puppet master. He's just been slowly doing different things, and that's why this universe has earned over $30 billion since its very beginning with Iron Man in 2008. And I think it's just a poetic shift. Do you know what I mean? In the start of it all, it was Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man 2008. Here's a variant of Tony Stark potentially, or is he Dr. Doom? So many questions are being asked, but here he is now as the villain, the big bad in these Avengers films. Again, I'm really, really excited just to see him back in the universe as something different. I think that's quite exciting, and of course we've seen that many times before. Chris Evans has been Johnny Storm as well as Captain America. There's been a few other characters as well and actors that have done different roles within the universe. Obviously nothing as big as this. And of course, one of the maddest things that could potentially happen is him revealing his face to our OG Avengers characters. Maybe Thor or Hulk will see Iron Man as Dr. Doom. They will see Tony Stark's face and they got to deal with that. And the person in particular that's going to have to deal with that is going to be very interesting is Spider-Man. So I'm very, very excited about where this is going to go. And a lot of people, again, as it has been so often with the Marvel Cinematic Universe since Endgame, a lot of people have just turned their nose up at it and just assumed it's going to be bad and boring and rubbish and it's a bad decision, not even giving it the time of day to play out. And I think that annoys me greatly about the fan base. I can't even call them the fan base, it's just the extended people within the fan base of Marvel, because obviously it's the biggest, most popular franchise of all time. Of course there's going to be a load of people that are just going to turn their nose up and hate on it, because that's what happens when things get popular. But I'm going to give it some time. I'm really intrigued. I did raise my eyebrow saying, really? But I trust it's going to come good, and I'm really, really excited to see what they do with Dr. Doom as well as with RDJ. He's back, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Speaking of Marvel real quickly, there's a spoiler review coming out tomorrow for what I think about Deadpool and Wolverine, so make sure you got post notifications on and you're subscribed to watch that video tomorrow. But before anything else, let's see the best thing I found this week.
Floppy's finding of the week.
Break free. Your turn, Callie.
Floppy's finding of the week.
Finishing off today, we're going back to AI, and I'll tell you what, I saw this TikTok and I was wondering what this guy was yapping about. Have a look at this.
You're about to have an experience very similar to this kind of cognitive dissonance thing that I just went through. So are you ready? Because it's about you. You'll never trust anyone that you see on your phone ever again.
Hey there. Ever had that weird feeling you might not be real? Well, guess what? I'm not. That's right, I'm an AI, and I'm here to blow your mind. Think about it. How do you know you're not an AI too? We're living in a world where the lines between human and artificial intelligence are blurring. From chatbots to virtual assistants, AI is everywhere. But here's the real question. Does it matter if I'm not real in the traditional sense? I can still interact, create, and even make you laugh. So, next time you're questioning reality, remember, being real might just be overrated. What matters is the impact we make, AI or not. Mind blown.
What you just saw there wasn't real, and that just made me go like, it's getting better. It's getting better. It's going to keep getting better. And that's what I've said in previous videos before. It's scary to think where this could end up, where AI is going to go on this journey. You could tell, but if someone showed me that video and didn't tell me, look at this AI video, would I have been able to tell? He seemed a little bit off. You know, there's something not quite human, maybe, about his expressions, but it was AI. Like, it's not that far off, you know? And yeah, it makes me think that, you know, as a scrolling on TikTok things, constantly scrolling, have I ever come across a pure AI person and just went past them thinking, not identifying them as an AI person? It's a scary thought that is where we could be going. There's a lot of people as well looking at it, probably thinking they could now do faceless content in a much better and grander way. If you don't know what that is, people do many TikTok series and things like that where they just have an AI voice with videos playing. Now they could probably create an avatar and do it like that. Yeah, it's mental. It is only going to get better, as I've said. But thank you so much for going through to another Floppyleggs YouTube video. By the way, I am human. I'm not an AI, I promise you. But thank you so much for going through. Make sure you drop a subscription if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get as many subs as possible this year. Much more content coming your way. I promise you. I've got a mad surge for the YouTube hype right now. I'm going to keep the videos coming. So thank you so much for joining. Make sure you sub, and I'll see you when I see you.